Hey, y'all.
Crap, say hello. I'm trying to do something over here.
I mean, you're working. Guess what? Mike's not here.
Oh, I know. When Mike's away, the kids will play.
Of course, and we'll play on our phones while we're doing the show. It's fine.
Like on camera.
I know, right?
Subgroups, everyone knows how important they are. Ooh.
Sound off. You are Mike today. What happened?
Oh, I love you guys. How are you, Boo?
Good. Did you have a good Labor Day?
It was great. It was very eventful, but yeah, very, very good. I got to hug some necks. I got to see some booze. Yeah. And drink the drink.
See some what?
See some booze. What did I say? See some boobs.
I thought you said boobs. I was very confused.
Oh, God. Well, probably that too, but not that I pay any attention to that. That's fine.
That's why you don't remember.
How was yours? Were you great?
It was my son's birthday on Sunday.
Oh, my goodness.
And so it was birthday party weekend.
Ooh,
so it was all of the things. We've had so many family members and so many friends in our house.
But you love that, though.
I do, but I'm also exhausted.
Yeah. Are you really?
So tired.
Do you clean up? Do you clean up right away, or do you take some, do you decompress first?
I clean up while the adrenaline's going.
Yeah, me too. Get it done, because when I crash, I'm done. Yeah.
It's there for 2 weeks. And I have another kid who has a birthday in 2 weeks. And so, literally gave birth 2 weeks apart. And so,
really?
Yes.
That's always fun.
Well, a few years and 2 weeks. But the birthday parties are 2 weeks apart.
What do you do with a birth? What's the birthday party look like?
So it's a boy and a girl too. So that makes it harder because you can't combine birthdays because they're not into the same thing. They're a few years apart and they're a boy and a girl. So there's only so much crossover there.
Yeah.
So he was very nerd-tastic. We had tabletop games, D&D,
Wait, D&D means Dungeons and Dragons.
So it was a very nerd-tastic party.
That's a very Clay Blasser moment. Did you LARP as well?
I invited Clay. He didn't come.
Oh, Clay!
Well, so we were introducing Dungeons and Dragons to some of the kids. So about half the party knew the game and the other half the party didn't.
I like the thief. She had that hood. Yeah.
So his girlfriend was a dragon. And she was about done with the game, so she was about to
She's a dragon.
Breathe fire on all of them and kill the entire party. So he murked his girlfriend. He shot her in the head with an arrow. It was the whole thing.
Mom's like, lemonade, or would you like Coca-Cola? Yeah.
So we had you have a dungeon master who's kind of the director of the play.
Yeah.
And that's one of our priests, which is super weird. So
wow.
Dungeons and Dragons in the 90s was oh, this is not Christian. We have a priest as a dungeon master at our Dungeons and Dragons.
That does not happen in the Catholic faith. I'm telling you that right now. No.
Yeah. So our priest...
We just genuflect and stand up and go down and then pass the plate twice. Yeah.
Our priest just once the dragon died, I could see that they were all about to descend into a band of murder hobos. Direct quote. So I had to end the game. So at that point it was presents and the party was rolling to an end.
I was called a himbo the other day. Do you know what that is?
Yes, I do.
What?
It's a boy bimbo.
How did you know this and I didn't?
I'm very down.
Wow.
I'm very hip.
It's so rude, but I'm expensive, so that's fine.
Well,
we have two fabulous guests in studio. I'm so excited to teach you all about the wonderful world of Pecha Kucha in St. Augustine. That's been going on for quite some time.
What?
Yeah, Pecha Kucha.
Pecha Kucha?
Yeah, that's it. You did it. Look at you. Your first time.
So you said something before the show, and I can't get that out of my head.
Pikachu, or
that was mine. Yours is different. Yours had a different grading.
After hours, yeah. So fun. Well, they're partnering with Sing Out Loud Festival again, which is an amazing thing. And then we have world famous musician of the stars. We have Shayla Nelson in studio too.
I'm excited.
So excited to jump in and talk about the inspiration behind her music. She's a love of town. I'm really pumped about it. Our buddy Renee Unsworth, who comes on all the time, raves about her.
She was on the afternoon show.
Yes, she was today.
She's amazing.
The event's queen of St. Augustine. Yes. So all good stuff. Yeah, we'll jump in, but let's make some money first, shall we?
I guess so.
All right. So Epic Behavioral Healthcare, everybody. Let's step into the world and support healing with Epic Behavioral Healthcare. For 50 years, Epic has been the beacon of hope for our community, providing compassionate care for those touched by substance use or mental health disorders. Whether you're a kid, teen, adult, couple, or family, Epic is here to lend a helping hand. With a range of programs tailored to meet diverse needs, Epic offers accessible solutions for everybody. From their walk-in access center to their mobile response team, they also have inpatient detoxification and outpatient counseling. Epic provides comprehensive care every step of the way. Check out their services. Incredible organization, epicbehavioralhealthcare.org.
Absolutely. And A to Z. A to Z offers free estimates and has been serving St. Johns County for over 20 years in the construction industry. They offer painted metal roofs for saltwater area homes with warranties for up to 25 years. They offer shingle roofs with warranties for up to 50 years. They install tile roofing, cedar shake shingles, designer roofing, and flat roof coverings. Recent job photos with material descriptions can be seen at A to Z Roofing and Waterproofing.com.
Love it.
We also have Solomon Services. They are a premier place for personal training in St. Augustine. They specialize in small group strength and fitness development, athletic development for teams and individual sports performance, sports injury related training. They have a state-of-the-art center with indoor and outdoor turf areas. All their coaches are certified through the National Strength and Conditioning Association. Call to make an appointment today. It's 904-461-9945 or visit them online at solomonservices.com. Sign up today.
And guess what is coming to town?
What?
Emma Concert Association announced that Grammy award-winning Los Angeles Guitar Quartet is comprised of 4 uniquely accomplished musicians. Their name is the LA Guitar Quartet. Very original, just like the shows that we name ourselves around here, right?
Yeah. Afternoon, morning.
Right, exactly. The afternoon show, the morning show, and then, of course, the My
evening
Davis show. Yes. The group consistently plays sold-out houses worldwide. September 15th, they're going to be here in town at 2 o'clock p.m. at Lewis Auditorium at Flagler College. So super amazing. I love Emma Concerts because they provide scholarship opportunities for peeps over at Flagler College. That's amazing. So yeah, go to emmaconcerts.com. Check that out. Tickets are $30 for adults, $5 for students or children. That's such a great moment. And you know what's really special about this one?
What?
They're having a wine and charcuterie moment right afterwards. So you get a little nosh afterwards. I think that's going to be kind of fun.
That is my perfect kind of snack time.
These are not boring concerts. These are amazing concerts. Check them out, emmaconcerts.com. And we got an exclusive announcement today.
Exclusive.
Yeah. We heard from our buddy over at Jimmy Jim, Tim Gauze, right?
Yes, he's in the comments.
Yes. And who was it that made this this impeccable announcement today? What's his name?
Tim Gauze?
No, the other one.
Andy?
There it is. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Andy Walton with his generous offer. Andy is offering for every rib order that the Jimmy Jam is selling right now for the beautiful Farrell family, the 5 slabs or more, they will donate a free breakfast up to $12 and must provide proof of purchase when dining. Amazing. So help out Jimmy Jam Community Outreach. Check this out. They're doing a wonderful thing for a beautiful grandmother who's raising her grandkids. The grandfather just passed away. He was a big fixture over at Flagler College. I feel you out there for the Farrell family. So yeah, really want to support them. And we got some great ribs, $25 a slab. That's amazing, right?
Spencer?
Yes, and Spencer's making them. Why would you not do this?
Of course.
Just do this. Run, don't walk. Super awesome. Go to jimmyjamoutreach.com for more info.
I'm sure they freeze well. If you're just one person, buy 5 slabs, get your breakfast.
I eat them all. Just eat them all. Don't tell anybody. That's all. Yeah, I eat privately.
Is that why you're the himbo?
Yeah, that's why I'm a himbo. And a hippo. God bless you.
Same, babe.
Drive through twice.
Task Force Hydro 1 made an announcement today, too.
Tell me.
They wanted to remind everybody that they're doing their surf event this weekend. It's at Volano Walkover Surf Meetup. That's September 7th, this Saturday, North Beach Park, a.k.a. the Walkovers in Volano.
Very nice. Yeah, they do some great things. I love that.
They do. They're amazing.
Super cool. Well, without further ado, Boo, we have some very special guests. We've got Angie,
so
we've got Shayla here, but Angie, hi, Boo.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Pecha Kucha.
We're back.
I love it. I love it. And I love that the fire just keeps going with this beautiful moment here. Can you tell us a little bit about Pecha Kucha and what it's all about?
Okay. So Pecha Kucha started over 15 years ago, probably in Tokyo, Japan. There were some architects who would get together and no one would stop talking with their ideas. So
Sounds like my family. Go ahead.
A very visual and concise format. So you have 20 slides that auto-advance after 20 seconds each one. And so each speaker speaks for 400 seconds. That's it. That's all they get. So there's no Q&A, and sometimes our events have just all speakers, but this one is a different and special one with Sing Out Loud. So we have 3 performers that are local singer-songwriters, and each one is going to do the presentation, and then they're going to do a set of music.
Wow. So, Amanda, I had the opportunity of doing this once, and this was I think my theme was what? Chaos? Yeah.
Blew it away.
Oh, it was so fun. So I put my artwork, I put 20 slides of different
Okay.
pieces of art that I've done. And then I also did like this like spoken word moment to each slide. It was really
cool.
super cool. So like everybody kind of takes like their own spin on it. And like there's some really cool things of like, you know, historic family moments or like how, you know, coming of age stories. And it's a very inspiring thing. Then people come together and rally.
Yeah.
Usually I want to say what it's done in the front porch of the amphitheater sometimes.
We've done front porch, back porch. The last time we were in the pit.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
But because of weather and the sunlight, because we need it to be dark.
Yeah.
We've been doing it the last couple times at Dog Rose.
Which is amazing venue.
Very cool.
It is.
Because they did
I love those
what
guys.
was the service night there? What was that? the
Industry
first one?
night.
Industry night, right.
Yeah.
You talk a little bit tell Amanda about that.
So we did a late night. So presentations didn't start until 9.
I'm
and
dead.
it was
Yeah,
people
I'm
that work
sleeping.
in the service industry. So it was kind of a different crowd and it's a little tighter in there. There's not like seating for everybody.
Yeah.
But we had, I think, 5 this time and it was just amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Super
That's
cool.
so cool. So you sent me information on this and I see 2020 and I'm like, oh, that's 2020 flashbacks.
Oh,
It's trauma for me.
It is a little traumatic. No, it's
So-
20 slides and you have
Okay.
20 seconds per slide
All right.
to talk about what's behind you, essentially. Yeah. And they're all like really cool stories. It's almost like Knights of the Round Table or like campfire stories, and then people just sit around and talk about their lives, it's a beautiful moment.
That's so
just
cool.
to see like how like artists kind of find inspiration. And we're going to talk to Shayla too, you know, all about like her music and how she's going to tie it in. But yeah, it is a really cool moment. And that's all you get. You
That's
can't go
awesome.
over because they will.
I mean,
They
that's.
will pull you right off that stage.
Do you have a shepherd's hook?
For me,
We
they
haven't
did.
used it. So
Yeah. They had super surfers for me, yeah. So fun. Yeah. Well, Angie, tell how many Pecha Kuchas have there been?
gosh, we've done, I think, 21. And then the Sing Out Loud ones, because it's not a full 8 to 10 presenters, I don't put numbers on those. So those are just like extra bonus nuggets for St. Augustine to enjoy.
Okay.
So what makes this one so different? Do they play music in between?
Yes.
Oh, tell us a little bit about that.
So they're going to do their presentation 7 minutes, and there's no Q&A time or anything like that. Like, we want to keep the fire going and the energy up. So they go from their presentation to playing a set of their music, and it's all singer-songwriters. And this time around, I think they all have some special guests coming up to play with them.
Ooh, this is almost like Storytellers, VH1. Remember that back in the day?
Yeah.
Like, this is very special. Like, I feel like,
Behind the
Oriental
music.
rugs and like, the light is very dim, and but they're telling the stories about each of the songs that they've written.
Yeah.
And things, so
That's
that's really
so
super
cool.
cool. Yeah, I love that. Do you have a favorite Pecha Kucha moment that you would you shout out? Is there one that
When my
besides
mom
mine?
talks.
Oh, I love that. How did that go?
Good old Rita. She struggled for like 2 weeks over what she was going to say, and she was not sleeping. And she's 83 years old, by the way.
God bless her.
And then she showed up that night, and she goes, "I left my notes at home."
Oh,
And I was terrified for her, but she just was speaking from the heart the whole time, and everyone just really connected. And it's really great because people get up and talk about challenges in their life, and it's inspiring, and people will come up to you afterwards. And one of our speakers got, like, someone came up to them at the grocery store and was like, "You don't know me, but I saw your talk.
I love that.
And it's changed the way I look at things, the way I feel about things." Like, it really
Wow.
moves people.
That's how I felt about Kurt St. Thomas, who did
Yeah.
his speech, Chaos, with me too. I think he's done others as well. But he really talked. He was a radio disc jockey back in the day. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
And like, he was one of the original promoters behind Green Day. Do you know?
Oh,
that
yeah?
band? Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Do you know that band? Get a picture of that.
Like,
But yeah, it was awesome. It was in Boston, and there was like a riot behind it, and like the energy that he had to harness and like come up with all of the different, ways on how to promote this band, keeping them sophisticated in the limelight of all of it. I mean, Kurt was amazing. Yeah.
Green Day and sophisticated.
I know, but Kurt was under the helm. He made it amazing.
That's awesome. So this sounds like it could be, as far as like backstory, it could be instructional, maybe. It could just be inspirational. It can be, poetry, basically. Is that kind of
It's
what I'm
everything
getting?
but self-promotional. So
Okay.
we want people to show up and have a good time and not feel like they've been sold anything.
Like a cleaning product or something.
Yeah.
Hey, please,
So we're like, you can talk about how yoga has influenced your life, but we don't want to know the hours of your yoga studio or its location.
Yeah,
like if people want to talk to you, they will talk to you.
Yeah.
So it's definitely there to inspire people, but not be in your face trying to sell them something.
True.
Okay.
So Shayla, you get this like invitation to like be a part of this incredible group, Pecha Kucha. Tell us about the moment that you were asked, and like, did you have reservations at first?
Yes. So actually, I was talking to my good friend Zan Laniza, who helps run their events, and I remember years ago he tried inviting me, and I was like, Pecha Kucha?
Yeah, I know, right? Like, how do we say this?
Yes. And so he said, hey, you should totally do it for at Dog Rose this year in September. And I was like,
cool.
sure. I didn't realize it was in collaboration with Sing Out Loud or anything. And once I found out what the event really was and like what was happening, I was like, oh my gosh, but I don't know anything about Pecha Kucha. And then I had to ask Angie. I was like, so what exactly am I getting myself into here? And I definitely had my reservations at first because as a musician and me personally, I've never really been nervous to perform in front of anybody, but to do a presentation, like mostly from memory and kind of from the heart, I'm vulnerable in other ways as a musician, but in terms of doing a presentation in front of a bunch of people, it makes me a little bit nervous.
It puts your guts out there, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, what are they thinking about? Are there attention spans? I mean, nowadays everyone's like a gnat, like you can't harness everybody.
Exactly.
But that's cool. So like so now that you're into the project, how did you like say, okay, I have a clear vision. This is exactly where I'm going to go. And like, how did you influence your music with this? Like, where are you going to take us this weekend?
So I wanted to stick to what I know, which is storytelling through music because I grew up with a theater and choral background.
No way. Theater kid, love it.
Theater kid.
You spell theater
Still in
R-E,
theater.
not E-R.
Yeah,
I love
exactly. So kind of, I mean, at every gig I have, the more training I've gotten, and I go to Flagler for theater as well.
Cool.
So the more I learn about, these different art forms, the more I merge them together, and the more I become vulnerable and like show that emotion in front of people. So that's what I want to convey to anybody who comes and watches.
I think that'll give strength to so many people that don't know how to emote. There's so many people that are just like, emotionally constipated. They don't know how to like, which is great. This is why we need singer-songwriters. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. That it helps you. What's the line from Love Actually? Joni Hart taught your cold British wife how to feel.
I love that.
Or Joni Mitchell.
Yeah, Joni Mitchell.
Joni
That's
Mitchell
right.
taught your cold English wife how to feel.
So Angie, how do you like pick the performers at Pecha Kucha? Is that a hard process? Do you ever have like a wait list? You're like, I may have to move you to another one.
No.
Okay.
We do not have a wait list. We do get some people are interested, and we try to overbook it because by the end, people kind of fall out. Like things happen, life happens.
God bless.
It takes so much time that you don't realize or think about, and especially people that are used to talking, they're like, "Yeah, I talk all the time. I'll go ahead and talk." But it's the format, and like you've got an idea that you have to get across, and you don't have all night to do it. You have 400 seconds. Like it's short. And so that can be really challenging. But the very first one we did, I just convinced 7 of my friends to do it pretty much. Like we're just like, hey, we've got this event coming up. Will you do it for us, pretty please? And they were like, sure. And then they like hit me for it later. But
of course.
But now, it's kind of getting harder. Like some people like to come back and do more, Davey.
Yay!
And then we're always looking for new and exciting people and
find different vignettes of inspiration. I think it's to keep it fresh.
Yes.
And how do you guys find the themes of each one?
Usually heavy drinking is involved.
I love that. That's the spirit. That's the inspiration. Yes.
But for this one coming up, actually, Zan, who does our audio for Pecha Kucha, and he's been doing that for years, recommended Shayla, which is awesome. And then we also have Trey Brewer and Michael Lagasse.
Love it. Yes.
I hope that's how you say his last name.
Famous.
So Trey Brewer is part of the North Florida Tail Draggers, and Michael's part of the Wild Shiners, as well as I think like the Man Boys or something like that.
Look at
He
this.
plays with his son. Spoiler alert, maybe for Saturday.
Very cool.
But they were both recommended by the people at Dog Rose because they both perform at Dog Rose.
Wow, that's a lot of fun to be able to kind of pull that all together. So I know world famous Harold George is involved too, correct?
He actually
He's my favorite librarian. I've got to put that out there.
He's come out of retirement and gone back to the library.
God bless. Good. He belongs in a library. He's such a great human being. But I know that he was a part of the organization for many, many years.
He was, yeah. And he still is promoting, and we will see him on Saturday, which
That's
I'm
great.
excited about.
That's so
That's
cool.
great. Super special human. Yeah. So what do you Pecha Kucha?
Pecha Kucha.
So what's going on in your mind now? We're throwing a lot of information here.
Yeah. So you said it's 3 musicians.
Mm-hmm.
I love this concept because I love kind of the story behind the story. I like being that annoying person that's like, did you know that when they sing the song, it reminds them of this, or they were inspired by this. So this sounds like a really cool way to interact with that on a personal level. Like you normally see it on the internet or you see it on a video.
Exactly.
You don't get to be in the room while someone's having that experience and telling those stories.
Right.
And that's one of the best part about connecting with artists is getting to hear that story, their inspiration in that moment.
So speaking of inspiration, Shayla, what are you going to be talking about on Saturday? Like, are there musical inspirations that'll be connected with this?
My biggest musical inspiration is definitely both of my parents, actually, which I do talk about.
Talk about this.
My mom she sings. She doesn't like to admit it.
That's amazing, though. I love that.
And my dad has been self-taught on guitar for a long time. And so when I was very young, I had those influences and they pushed me into piano lessons at a young age. And I mean, if I didn't have that push, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be who I am. You know,
What is it about music that just speaks to you? I mean, I know you were in this whole nucleus of musicians in your family, but what is it about that speaks just to you?
It's my way of life. I can't imagine life without music.
Yeah.
The world would be silent.
Yeah.
It's literally my life, you know. And I'm going to talk about this in my presentation, but basically my parents told me that I could sing before I could talk, like Mamma Mia.
Like it. Yes.
Yeah. So I've always had that like music instilled in me, even before I could even speak. Before, you know, my dad always likes to tell me a story. I was in the backseat of the car and he's playing like a Tom Petty song, and I'm doing like this with my hands.
Interpretive
like,
movement. Yeah. Because you're feeling the vibe through your
Yeah.
body. I love that. Yeah.
And that was when I was like so young that like my cognition was like, you know, so just even from that moment, my dad was like, oh, she's going to be a dancer. She's going to be a musician. And so I had that inspiration from my parents, but that's always been a part of me even before I could even like realize it.
Did you ever have that fear of doing it in front of others? Like, you did? Okay,
No.
great. Once you're a theater kid, you know, I'm ready. Yes, the lights, camera, action. Let's go, Miss Jackson.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you have any big musical influences in your music?
Yes. I would say a lot of, I grew up listening to Taylor Swift.
Yes! I was hoping you would say that.
Adele, Amy Winehouse.
Love it. Yes.
And then just instrumentally and like Tom Petty,
Hometown favorite.
yeah, Kenny Chesney.
Nice.
You know, I listen to a lot of country and just all kinds of music.
And
then
do you write your own music?
I do.
Okay,
yes.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So how do you find those? Is it like your life that you kind of like, just like how Taylor is, and she'll put something into a song? Do you incorporate your life experiences into your music?
Oh, absolutely.
Love that.
Because I feel like most of my songs are very like angry and like, yeah, you know, like stick it to the man. But I always tend to feel the creative inspiration when I'm feeling really negative emotions, and then I just turn it into something positive. And then, you know, I feel like that becomes relatable to a lot of people. So most of my inspiration comes from that. And I had to force myself to write a happy song because I'm like, there's so many happy songs out there, you know.
Yeah.
But I used to do a lot of writing too. I loved English class and stuff. So I always liked writing, and then I found a passion for writing things that I really cared about. And so kind of combining the emotion and the pen to the pad.
Oh, I love that. Pen to pad, yes.
Yeah.
You remind me so much. Actually, my all-time favorite, no one really knows this until tonight, is Fiona Apple.
Oh, yes.
You just remind me so much of her. Like, your voice is deep, it's brooding, it's amazing. Like, I feel like it's like velvet. Like, I want to hear more from you. And I feel like you've got a lot. I can see it in your eyes. You have a fire, you have a passion. You've been burned before in life, and this is exactly your therapy, right?
Yeah.
Am I saying that right?
It's my therapy, exactly.
That's so great. What was the moment where you touched an audience member? Where can you recant anything like that?
I mean, I could recount so many, but
Trade wins last week.
oh my goodness.
She was telling me about trade wins last week, and I wished I was there. It sounded so fun.
What happened?
It was the craziest crowd I've ever had at a gig. The bar was so full you couldn't even walk through it.
Trade Winds.
And oh my goodness, I recently started playing at Trade Winds, and I think it's my favorite place I've ever performed because, like, first of all, it pays very well.
Good.
People tip very well in bars, but also just the energy, and I don't know if it was just because everybody was drinking or because I don't know, but everybody after every single song were cheering for like a minute straight. They're hooting and hollering, audience participation more than I've ever witnessed. And I was just so overcome by the amount of like love and support and positivity that I felt in that room.
Did you have that set list planned out beforehand, or did that organically happen over the night? Because you can see how like the crowd is reacting to certain songs.
Well, when I pick out a set list, sometimes I'll just sit there at a gig and I'll be like, what should I play next? Maybe I'll play this, or I'll have a set of songs and then I switch between them, which at Trade Winds, I kind of expand. I'll add new songs every week, but for the most part, it's a lot of the same songs because I know now like what songs that I do that get people to sing along. And, you know, but I'll like switch it up every now and then.
I love that. I love the energy switch.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Oh, so good. So what does it mean for Sing Out Loud to be a part of this, Angie? Like, can you talk a little bit about that partnership?
They asked me, I think.
Excuse me. That's a very rare occasion. I think. They didn't ask me for an interview, nothing, honey. So you got to tell me how you get in that door.
Well, we work with the amphitheater a lot, being in a community event, and they help us out so much by letting us use their space. I mean, it's not free or anything, but having that venue is amazing, and working with Aubrey. And so I'm pretty sure Aubrey was like, we should get you involved with Sing Out Loud somehow. So I think that's how it started, if I remember right. But this is just the second year we've been doing it. So
okay, cool.
Yeah,
it sounds like a really great partner. I love the part of Sing Out Loud that is the local flair. I think that's so important.
Yeah,
I know that they have the Live Wildly part, and we've got Eric Church coming. We've got your boyfriend Noah Khan coming.
My daughter's a really big fan.
A lot coming, but really the heart, the pulse, the soul of Sing Out Loud is the local vibe, and that's where it really started and originated from. And getting showcasing incredible local talent and having that stage to be able to perform on, which I think is so important. And why is it important that, or what's so special about Dog Rose and having Pecha Kucha there?
They also are super welcoming, and it's an easy setup for us. Yeah, and it's probably one of the bigger spaces that we can fit in.
Cool. Okay.
I would like to revisit Arnold's. We did a show at Arnold's once. It would be fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Before or after the renovation?
Way before.
Oh, wow. So you had to like.
Do you want to know what the theme was?
What was it?
Freak show.
Oh my God. That's so perfect. That is great.
It was awesome.
Was it really?
It was so great. Yeah. I'd love to get back to Arnold's.
How many performers would you have for something like that?
Like we try for 10,
okay.
But if like probably 8 to 10.
Yeah. Can you also tell everybody about the worldwide Pecha Kucha vision? Because it's not just a local entity. It's really all over the world.
Yeah, it's in over 1,300 cities all over the world.
Wow.
So this week, I just looked it up before I came here. There's a show in Winnipeg, Chicago, Beijing.
Oh, they better recognize you.
Akron, Ohio.
Okay.
Like Akron. It's everywhere. Yeah. It's all over the place.
I love that Ohio had the little shout there. That's so nice.
Yeah.
Akron to Beijing.
Right. Oh, good stuff. Yeah. So, okay. So you have 3 performers. Let's just rehash this real quick.
Yes.
3 performers that are going to be what? Saturday night?
Saturday night.
What does that start at?
The first presenter will be at 7 p.m. So they'll do the Pecha Kucha and then a set of music. The next presenter around 8 o'clock. And then the final presenter at 9 o'clock.
Is there a break in between, or are you just flowing through?
Not really. When they're trying to get set up, but hopefully everything's pretty well set up at the beginning. So
Yeah. And Dog Rose, of course, they have beers and wonderful things.
yeah, and we've got Wingin' It food truck is going to be out back.
Oh, very cool.
Nice. That is good. Okay, fun. Do you always have
Because
a food
that's
truck?
always what I want at Dog Rose is like wings.
Wings.
Yeah, wings and beer.
For
Right,
sure.
It goes
I want
hand in
wings.
hand. Yeah. Do you guys always do a food element too, or is that?
We have every time except maybe once or twice. So
Okay.
yeah, we try to always have food. If it's cold out, we'll have like hot drinks and
Admission, what's that look like? Is there a cost to it?
so it's a free event,
Okay.
but we exist on donations.
Oh, wow.
So we do have expenses of the venue sometimes, and then we have sound, and we actually have been videoing and photographing all the talks too. So we do have all those expenses to cover. So we
Okay.
do ask for a donation, but it's just if it doesn't. People don't donate, it comes out of my bank account. So
I feel like most people donate though. Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which is
I
like,
hope
what is
so.
like suggested, what, $10 or something?
mhm.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah, people are very generous.
Awesome.
Fabulous. So what else? What can we look forward to about this performance with you? Like, are you thinking, do you have a visual aspect to your performances as well?
Well,
Like,
it's
what's going to be behind you when you're talking?
in terms of the presentation.
Yeah.
Well, you'll get to see pictures of me with blonde hair, which I don't have anymore, obviously. But I mean, it's just kind of like a timeline of where I've been and my journey so far and places I've performed.
Very cool.
I've gone to New York. I've performed in Italy. I've done some really cool things. And so those pictures, like I look back and I'm like, wow, I can't believe I did that. You know?
Right.
So there's definitely some visual stuff there. I also include a few slides with theater and my favorite roles that I've done,
Awesome.
which you will be hearing me do the evil stepmother of Cinderella,
Oh, I
an
love
impersonation, which was my favorite role to date.
Cinderella?
Exactly. So,
was that
yeah.
one of your favorite shows that you were in?
oh yes.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, and that was at Flagler year and a half ago,
Okay.
2 years ago. So
So did you graduate from Flagler with a theater degree, or is that what you
I'm
studied?
about to.
Oh, how exciting.
I graduate at the end of the semester. So
Oh,
That's
very,
awesome.
very cool.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
thank you.
I was a December graduate.
Yeah.
You were?
Yes, I was.
At Flagler at theater?
No, up in New York.
Voodoo
Ooh.
economics. Yeah, very smart.
No, not that. Not that at all.
Well, very, very cool. What would you say to a musician in town that's struggling to get out there on the stage? What would you say as like a confidence booster or a piece of inspiration that you could pass the torch?
Visualize everyone naked. No.
I love it. Yes, it's the truth.
Honestly, I don't think I've ever really given good advice because I've never really been nervous to perform in front. If it's a crowd of people, I feel more comfortable than if it's just like 1 or 2 people.
I'm the same way. I'm
Like-
horrible on a date, but like
Yeah.
50,000, I gotcha.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
larger the crowd, the less nervous I get.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If it's just a couple of people, then it's crickets, right? Like that's
Right.
really scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I would just say follow your instincts, trust what your gut is saying. Because I remember I had a friend who was about to go on stage at a recital and she was like shaking and she went out there and she ran backstage and just started crying. She's like, I can't do this. I can't do this. And I'm like, well, you're a beautiful singer and they deserve to hear you.
Mm.
And then she went out there and performed one of the like most beautiful song.
I love that.
So I just,
They deserve to hear you.
Yeah.
That's so true.
yeah.
I think that everybody needs to hear that once in a while in their life,
Yeah,
you know? They
that's
deserve to
beautiful.
hear you.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So, Angie, what about topics of Pecha Kucha? Are there anything that you would restrict a performer? You know, maybe they were going to go down a route. You're like, let's shape it a little different. is there any rules and regs on stuff like that?
We do have a couple of practices, and mainly what we want to do is give something to the audience that they want to hear or that they need to hear. I mean, not everyone's going to agree on everything.
True.
But
welcome to society today.
Yeah, right.
Loud and clear. Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny because we'll get a topic like you did, chaos, and there's 10 people, and it was 10 completely different stories. And we just try to shape them. We have 2 practices ahead of time, and just try to make sure that they're going to leave the audience inspired.
Yeah. I feel like there's a great how many months in between each Pecha Kucha?
Well, we're supposed to do 4 a year.
Okay.
I think this year we pulled off 2.
Oh wow. Okay.
No, 3.
I thought there was 3. Yeah.
3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 4 years is the goal or whatever, but then those months in between, is that like the rehearsal time period?
That's our break.
Okay, God bless you.
That's when we get to breathe.
It's not easy. I get it.
No, I think we try to get people like a month in advance. I feel like more than that, you have too much time you're just going to put it off anyway.
Yeah.
So, like in a month, or if people say that they're interested and they're putting something together, like we're like, go for it. Like we'll let you know when the next one is. But yeah.
Have you performed personally?
I have.
What was your topic?
I did one, like my little part in the big picture. It was about when I worked for NOAA on research ships.
Oh, that was so awesome.
Very
Yeah. That's so cool. Yeah, Noah, excuse me.
No.
NOAA.
Yeah. I got added on one of their research permits once.
Did you really?
Once, yeah.
A marine biologist over here. So you guys have the ocean connection here. Yeah.
That's right.
So I would love to see something like Nights of Lights with a theme of like 'Twas the Night Before, and see where people take that.
Ooh.
That feels like it could be
great
really
idea.
cool.
Look at you
Like
on
Nights
the
of
board.
Lights.
I like it.
I mean, you guys you need to check this out. It is really
for
super
sure.
special. It is something just so different out there, and a great way to get to know some locals and hear about these incredible stories that they collage together each and every Pecha Kucha. Angie, what would you say, great sales pitch, like what would you say to people that were on the fence about going? It's hard to get people off the couch nowadays. It's hot outside. It's just it might rain, blah, blah, blah. What would you say to that one St. Augustinian or St. Johns County person that was having reservations about coming out?
People that come always say that it just really brings them out kind of like of a dark place. Not that we're all in a dark place, but it just is. They get to see and meet people in their community that want to be together and want to get to meet new people. And we encourage at the beginning, we're like, okay, you're with all your comfortable people, go meet somebody.
Yeah.
And people do. And so there's lots of friendships that have been formed through not only the speakers getting together and practicing together, but the people that come to the shows.
I love that.
Very cool.
So, future projects. What's on? What is in store for you in this future, you bright star? I'm so proud of you.
Oh my goodness. I just kind of want to see where the wind takes me.
I love that. Yeah.
I definitely want to put out an album soon.
Okay, let's go.
I have recorded a few demos in the past.
Do you need a rapper? I'm horrible, but I'll try.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Feature with Davey,
Let's
guys.
do it. Yes. I'm so Lil Kim too. I'm so good. I'll be Lil Davey.
Davey. Oh my gosh.
But that's exciting though. So do you have any conceptual art or like things that you're thinking about that or like that's in the pot for the album?
Yes.
Love it. Good.
For my album picture, I kind of want to, the Markland house.
Yes.
The pink room.
Yes.
I want to dress up in my most Stevie Nicks outfit.
Let's go.
With the guitar and kind of orient the picture like upside down.
Oh, let's make this happen.
Yeah, because
love
I
it.
have a song
It's sort of
called
like
Bring Down the House.
American Horror Story Coven. Yeah,
Yeah,
I love
exactly.
this whole moment. Yes, I love all of this.
Yeah.
Yes. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So cool. Well, yeah. So what do you think, Pecha Kucha?
That is so exciting. Can we be a part of your photo shoot? There we go.
Group photo.
So fabulous.
It does sound fabulous.
I'll hold a light thing. I could do that.
So final thoughts. Ange, do you have anything out there that you want people to know? Tell them like where they can find more information, where they can make sure that they show up and show out for Saturday.
Yeah, check out our Facebook and our Instagram. You can go to pechakucha.com if you can spell it. Davey will put it in the notes, I'm
yeah,
sure.
it's already in there like 9 times. Yeah.
And you can see past presentations there as well. I think you have to create a login, but it's free.
Okay.
And you can see past shows. You can see past speakers. You can see events.
Yeah, my stuff is there.
Davies is there.
Yeah, very fun.
And the night of Saturday night, it's at Dog Rose. So there is parking behind Lightner, and the city parking's available after a certain hour. I'm not going to spread false information, but or
They're used
ride
to
your
me.
bike,
You're good.
get an Uber, like figure it out,
Yeah.
get there.
Lyft, do it. Yeah.
And the
You pull up to the
presentations.
venue, what's that like? You walk into the space, you grab a beer, you plop down, kind of make yourself cozy and get ready. Is that usually the gist?
If you want to do that, get there real early.
Okay.
Because we do draw a crowd.
Okay.
So even if it's standing room only, you get to get cozy with your fellow St. Augustiners. And presentations start at 7, but I will be there setting up by like 5, and there will already be people there.
How long does it go to in the night?
It probably the last speaker's at 9, so 10, 10:30.
10-ish, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, groovy. And we love Doug over there at Dog Rose. Always fabulous, and they always a great hospitable peeps over there. So
Yeah,
it'll
they
be a
love to
great night.
support local events and local organizations. They're fantastic.
Very, very fantastic.
I've never actually heard any of the performers perform.
No.
Get out of Dodge. Really? This is an exclusive.
I've met them all. I know them.
What happens to you when they're performing?
I know a lot of their history. But yeah, I'm excited. Like, it's going to be 3 completely different. Shayla said that she was really inspired by Irish singing in pubs.
Okay.
And that she kind of drew some of that in her music.
Oh, I
So
love that.
I'm stoked.
Yeah, that's totally
And
rally.
then Michael's known for his flat picking and hollering.
Okay. So they're all different.
And then Trey Brewer has a master's degree in jazz guitar, but he's like, he can play rock, jazz, bluegrass, whatever.
I know
He's
so
a
many
legend.
people that have learned from Trey Brewer. That's
Yeah.
really super cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
So I'm just excited for myself. It's going to be a great night.
That is.
So
gonna
you
be-
actually get to watch this one.
This is kind of like a snack for me.
Yeah.
Like, it's instead of 10 people, it's like pay attention for 10 minutes and then I get to hang out and listen to him play music.
I
Yeah.
love
That's
that.
so cool.
That is really cool. Yeah. Anything you want to tease to get people out there to the big event on Saturday?
I'm playing mostly original music that I haven't really played much of.
Really?
So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
That'll be
Very
super
excited.
special. I can't wait
Yeah.
to check you out. This is going to be so fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So good. So Angie, tell everybody where they can go and find out more information.
Okay. It's Pecha Kucha St. Augustine on Facebook and on Instagram. And then pechakucha.com, and then look up the community St. Augustine.
All right.
So good. Oh, ladies, thank you so much for showing up and showing out tonight. and
Awesome. Thank you
Spreading
so
the
much.
great word about Pecha Kucha and what people can expect. I mean, it's a wonderful way to learn about this talented locals that we have in this community. It's really such a celebration.
This is such a cool community. And so having events like this where you can kind of tap into the creatives that are living here
Yeah.
and allow them to share in an intimate way, that's really special.
It is really super special. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you would love to check this out.
So cool.
Yeah.
You
so
know who
good.
I forgot?
Mm.
That's really important. Derek Coughlin,
Mm.
the MC
Oh
of
my
the night.
goodness. He's amazing.
Yeah.
He used to host Bollock show on this network. He's a hysterical human being.
He's so funny.
Wonderful person. Yeah, that's going to be great too. He's a show unto
He
himself.
really makes the event. He's the face of the
Yeah.
evening, and
Are you
he
sure
does a
we're not
great
4
job.
performers that night? We love Derek. So good. Well, good stuff. Everybody show up and show out. Pecha Kucha this Saturday. It's going to be so special. Ladies, thank you again for coming in. This
Thank
is
you for
so
having
nice.
us.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
Thank you.
So good.
So cool.
I told you, wasn't this a great interview?
I'm always excited when you bring in people because you know the coolest people.
Well,
You just do. I
worked
hang
at-
out in my house and I work. I don't know anybody.
It's all because I worked at Starbucks. I'm not kidding you. That was one of the best jobs I ever had
Not
in this
sponsored.
town. Was working at Starbucks on the island. And that's when I first moved here. It was about 12, 13 years ago.
How do I not know this story?
Oh, you don't know this?
No.
Oh my
I don't know
goodness.
this.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I was laid off from Tiffany's. I worked in New York City for a long time, and it was the
Never
big
mind.
recession. I lost my job, and knew some friends that were here. Came down, visited, and I looked at that. I was on. Oh goodness! I was on Water Street. It was a house for sale, and it was a listing, and my friend was there. And I stood on that balcony. I looked at her, and I was like, "I'm gonna move here." And she was like, "What? You're a New Yorker. It's so crazy. What are you doing?" I was paying what, $3,200 for a 450 square foot apartment with a bull mastiff.
Wow.
Like, what am I doing with my life?
That's crazy.
So I moved here and I started working for Starbucks. I know it was random, but I just did it.
Yeah.
And I got to meet some extraordinary human beings at that. It was just a conveyor belt of meeting people.
Yeah.
And sure enough, and then worked for Blue Water Jewelers, went to Antwerp, bought diamonds, and got to see the great diamond cutters of the world. And, you know, it was really funny coming from a box store like Tiffany's and then, you know, jumping on the front lines of learning on actually how the diamonds are cut and like really getting into the science of it. Listen, there's a lot of jewelers out there, and less than 1% of all jewelers get to go to Antwerp and see this. And because I lived in St. Augustine at the time
so cool.
and took the knowledge that I have to this great jewelry store, and I got to go and experience that. So that's the beauty of this town, and like how cohesive everything happens for a reason. You just have to be a great person.
That's so
You
cool.
have to leave with courage, compassion, and curiosity. Those are the 3 C's. And that's exactly how you're going to get through in this town. There's a lot of people that are frustrated out there. I mean, we just went through that crazy political season. And then I think, you know, God or the universe or whatever you believe in brought us together with the whole park situation. I mean, I get choked up thinking about how beautiful that moment was of that peaceful protest of everybody coming together.
It was such a shock that
is who
resounded
we
across
are.
the county,
God,
and
I love
everyone
our
really
town.
came together for that.
We literally live in such a beautiful community, and that's what I celebrate. And that's what Pecha Kucha means to me, because you get to see like the depths and the different facets, tying in diamonds, the different
look at that.
facets of people, and that together makes a great mosaic. I love it. Yeah.
Beautiful. You're a poet.
I know, part-time. Oh, good stuff. So what's
That
on
was
the
awesome.
agenda tonight, my lady?
Are we doing life advice?
We could do life advice.
I mean, it's been a while since we've done some life advice.
It's been a bit. Let me just try to
There's
figure.
been stuff. There's
Yeah.
been drama, the movies,
Yes.
all the movie discussions.
All right, I've got this one. Don't tell Mike we're doing this without him, though. Dear Mike and Amanda, I need help making a decision about a guy I'm dating.
Okay.
We met online. After a couple months, he declared that he wanted to be exclusive. I agreed, obviously, to put my online account on the back burner. So when I happened to see my boyfriend still active online and chatting, I asked him about it. He said, "Yes, I'm dating you, but how will I know if you're the one?" If you're out there and he's not looking. And then he said, "This is real life." My response to that is a whole point. What is the whole point of what we're dating? I thought we were exclusive. So signed exclusive dealer. Amanda, give me some advice here.
Does he need to Google exclusive definition?
Right. Why would he agree to
Like,
that? Right?
why would you bring it up?
This sounds hot mess.
This sounds like
it's like a
he
Shayla
wants,
song. Like, Shayla, you need to write something.
he wants to be the only one to multiple people so that he can take his pick. And I don't think that he's that tier.
No, I don't think so either. I think you need to find a better something.
Yeah. I think you should exclusively walk away from him.
How was that with you and Louis, though? Was that like when did you guys make the decision we're going to be exclusive?
So we met in a bar when he spilled a drink on me, and we
love
talked. We met a couple
What was
of
the
times.
drink? Was it a Cosmo?
I don't know. So he was talking with his friends.
How do
and
you
he was,
not know? You
because
know.
he was talking with his hands, and he just hit a drink that was on the bar.
Ooh.
And I
I have a
wasn't
loose
part
wrist,
of the
so I know all about
conversation.
that. Yeah, God bless.
I wasn't part of the conversation. I had stood next to them so that maybe he would talk to me.
Huh.
But like he was in the middle. He was with his boys, and he was in the middle of sharing stories after a softball game.
Wow.
And so the drink came from behind. That's how I don't know.
Oh, so you have no idea.
Yes, I just
No.
felt the splash.
Right away, that splash was called reality. And now you're married with a
Yeah.
bunch of papooses. How
Different
wonderful.
splash. It's okay.
All right, next one. Dear Mike and Amanda, I met up with an old flame years ago.
Okay.
We're both in our 40s. He was realizing or reeling from a breakup. I was getting over a divorce, and it was just so nice to see an old friend that was a, quote, safe place, and I had history with. Since we were long distance, I'm in New York and he's in Dallas, we both assumed that this was just a friendship and that we've been dating other people. As the time went by, we started seeing each other every 6 weeks. I met his kids, the whole shebang, the parents. He liked me and I liked him. However, the benefits part was the part of the questionable situation. Fast forward 6 months later, we fell in love. I started feeling jealousy because we weren't close enough. I started feeling scared that I'd never see him again, and that I had articulated many of my insecurities to him, but he never said anything back. What do I do? Signed in limbo.
Dude, that's a conversation.
That's a conversation.
You just have to lay it all out there. Like, where is this going? What does this mean to you? Because this is where I'm at.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the best you got?
You gotta talk to him.
Really?
What else are you gonna do?
I think face-to-face talk.
Yeah.
Don't do the text messages. There's
No.
too much left for interpretation.
Not in text.
Yes.
You need to, it's at least voice to voice.
I have a feeling there's been a lot of texting. That's what I'm smelling in this. Yeah, there's a lot of, it's
We
not
need
as
to-
clear.
We need to take a step back, Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, the saying
like
you got
it.
mail. You got to have a real face-to-face conversation, voice to voice.
Right. I mean, have you ever given advice to a friend that's kind of gone through something similar?
I went through something similar. Like
Tell us.
I met a boy in Europe right before I left.
Yeah.
And it was long distance. It was a lot of emails back and forth.
What's that like?
It was weird. I mean, it was weird. It was exciting, but it was like also.
Amanda, don't
what is
send
this?
dirty pictures. That's not good.
I did. It was
before
early
that.
days of the
Okay,
internet.
yeah. It was like AOL. Like, yeah.
Even if you did, it was like, there's 3 pixels. What is that? Is it an elbow? Is it a boob? I don't know.
It's all pixelated,
Like,
right?
what are you going to do? So, yes, there was no pictures.
Oh.
He was a pilot. He wanted to fly me to where he was going to be for a conference.
Fly me to the moon.
I was going to college, and that 2 ships in the night we missed. And so we just stopped talking.
Really?
Yeah.
And that was it? Do you
That was
ever
just the
like
end.
no friendship now?
So no. I found out that because my friend was local, I was not. And so I found out later that he ran into another girl that was visiting Europe, and they were married shortly thereafter.
Sounds like he's got a caller at every port.
Yeah, well, I think he just really wanted a wife. He really wanted someone to come home to.
Right.
And I was 18.
Digitally.
I was 18.
Oh,
That
you
was
didn't.
not
You
gonna
left
happen.
that out at the end.
I
Okay.
was very young.
Golly.
But he was very hot, and he was a pilot. What are you going to do?
Evidently, he didn't know how to spill drinks. Yeah.
No, he didn't know how to spell drinks.
All right, last one tonight. This person's 44. They've
All right.
been divorced 3 years, and they have 2 young boys.
Okay.
I met a man from work who's over 10 years younger than me. We were drunk at a sales meeting.
Oh, man.
We've had the most insanely awesome time together, but every minute we were together, I've never felt the sexual chemistry I have with him in my entire life. It's super intense, constant, and incredible, but he never comes around when my children are here and is somewhat of a loner. We've recently decided to wean ourselves away from each other, and I know that this is the best since, he hasn't accepted me as a mother and can't shake the feeling that our chemistry is once in a lifetime. That's a little bit pre-biased, but all right.
Yeah.
The other dilemma is having to see him every day at work, and I still want him. Please send me some words of strength and advice. Signed, dating a younger man.
It's exciting because it's not right, and you know it's not right.
No, it's not.
And so that's why
Yeah.
it's exciting,
Right.
because it's the forbidden fruit thing. So, I mean, you just got to come to grips with the fact that this is not the right person for you, and it's only going to hurt.
Try a different apple. Forbidden fruit. I see, I was tying that in there.
Yes. Pomegranate, something.
Something different.
Yeah, it's the forbidden fruit thing. It's just he's younger, it's dangerous. You're going to get in trouble at work. You're going to get in trouble everywhere else in your life with this situation. So that's why it's so exciting. It's adding to the chemistry of it.
Well, one place you're not going to get in trouble
Mm-hmm.
is here on this great Mike Davis show.
No, that's not true. I get in trouble all the time.
Do you really? Not me.
I always say things I'm not supposed to say.
But you guys have an exciting lineup this week, right?
Yeah, we've got Levi tomorrow
Okay.
and Bollocks Boys Thursday. So it's a short week for us because
Yep.
we only have 3 shows this week.
how was Bollocks Boys last Thursday?
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blake's still not winning trivia, so he's in a bit of a dry spell.
What about Lenny? How's Lenny doing?
I mean, he's making a great show.
We need to tell Lenny about
Great
Pecha
show.
Kucha. He would like Pecha
Yes,
Kucha.
he would really
That's right
like
up his
Pecha
alley.
Kucha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll mention
cool
it to him.
stuff. Well,
Yep.
that's all I got on the agenda of the docket tonight.
I'm good.
Awesome.
I mean, it's a holiday weekend. I had birthday parties. I've got no sleep. We're good.
We have have extraordinary shows coming up tomorrow. Of course, we got the morning show. We got the afternoon show with world famous author Elizabeth Randall. She wrote a new book in St. Augustine.
Did? That's awesome.
So excited. She's such a celebrated author in town. I'm really, really pumped to talk. I haven't seen her in about a year, so I'm excited to jump into
We've
that.
had some big news today, so
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
looking forward to the morning show and all those conversations. So much traffic.
So much traffic.
So many traffic conversations. Do we know why those lines came down? Are you guys going to find out in the morning?
I blame Troy.
I mean, why not? It's the hats. It's the extra height.
Definitely.
Look out, guys.
Oh, I love you guys. Thanks so much for
Thank you
showing
for
up and
being
showing
here.
out today. Go
Yep.
see Pecha Kucha. This is an amazing
This
moment.
Saturday. It's going to be
Yes.
awesome. Bye, guys.
Bye, Boo.